Here you go, and let me know if you want one.
Okay, cool, thank you. Hi, guys. How's your con been? So far.
Sorry, we were trying to take pictures.
No, I know. Take your time. Take your time. I'm ready when you guys are.
So can you kind of give us some spoilers, what we're going to see for the next season?
I think the biggest shift from last season to this season is it's the kids' senior year. So we know that after this year, we're going to save out of high school, so we're doing as much high school stuff as we can. Going back a little bit to season 1, kind of the archetypes and icons that we sort of deconstructed. So Archie's going to be back on the football team, Cheryl's going to be back with the Vixens, Betty's going to be back on the newspaper staff, Veronica's going to be back, causing drama. So that's, I think, the big thing, this idea that this is the last time this group of people may be together at the same school or together as friends is kind of the big kind of theme about that.
So I feel like with the finale, we almost saw another finale in the finale.
Yeah.
Can you expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, there's always, one or two or three mysteries that are percolating along, and the flash forward that you saw at the very end of the finale is something that we'll be building up to as the season happens. Every episode we're going to do a flash forward that gives you another little piece of that story, and then kind of at the midpoint of the season we're going to do that night. And then we're going to kind of play out the ramifications and consequences of that over the second half of the season.
So you were planning that from like the beginning of last season?
No, about halfway or 3/4 of the way through the season, usually we have to go in and pitch the end of the season and then kind of give an idea of the next season. So I think it was about halfway or 3/4 of the way through that we kind of started really talking about what the next season would be, what the mystery would be. Yeah, that's how that happened.
Does it feel like you're always building towards the mystery or towards the character?
That's a really good question. Last year, for instance, we did the Gargoyle King, which kind of took over the season and was a really good villain. This year, I think we are telling more character-based stories. Season 1, there was a mystery to solve, which was who killed Jason Blossom, but there wasn't a killer. There wasn't a serial killer. Once you put a serial killer in the show, it's kind of like you're running away from the serial killer. So we're telling a kind of a slower burn mystery that'll allow us to tell character stories as well.
I love the musical episodes. I love all the flashbacks. Can we expect more this season?
Yeah, I think people really look forward to the musical. It's as I say every year, which is, we did a great job with Carrie. It was like, okay, well, if we're doing a musical, it's got to somehow be better than Carrie. And then we did Heathers, and I really loved it. So it's always about finding the right musical that fits in with the stories we're telling, and then, we'd love to. I think we will. I think we will do one. And the flashback, yeah, we're talking about a very different kind of flashback, which would be even more of a period piece than what we did this year. Could maybe go truly to the 40s or 50s.
When you talk about focusing more on the characters, I feel like the last few seasons have focused more on relationships and less on the friendship. Maybe if you have more time to focus on the characters and less on the mystery, can we see more of the friendship?
Yeah, I think I think the finale. One of the things people loved about the finale last year was that it was the four of them in the challenge together, and usually whatever the mystery is, it usually falls on one or two of the kids, but not the other ones. So you've got one or two connected to the mystery, and the other two are kind of like doing their own things. This year, that flash forward, it involves all of our kids, so I think it will be more of a friendship story. But we're also going to see, in episode 2 is a really big Archie Reggie story. Episode 2 has a really wonderful Kevin and Betty story. They were best friends in the pilot. So we are kind of, and we got Betty and Veronica together. So I do think that there will be more friendships, and there'll be more scenes of them together. Both of Veronica's parents are in jail, so Veronica's always having sleepovers at her house. So I think we'll be doing that stuff.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. So Penelope turned out to be the big baddie from season 3, and then skipped town after Evil Deeds came to light. Can we hope to see Penelope in season 4, or is there a new villain to be wary of?
There's always someone new to be wary of. I love Natalie Bolt, who plays Penelope. As we were figuring out where everyone ended up, we sort of wanted Penelope to escape, assuming that she will come back at some point to torment the kids. I think you'll probably see her again.
So one of my favorite episodes was where the kids were kind of mimicking their parents playing back. It's absolutely brilliant. Like, will we see any other episodes and stuff like that?
Yeah, no, I think so. You mean the flashback episode?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure we will. That was something, that we had talked about season 1, and I think it was really fun to see for Lily to play Alice and for KJ to play Luke, and it was I think a real challenge, and they did great. Yeah, and people loved it. Yeah.
Will we get to see any more characters from the Archie universe in this coming season?
That's a really good question. We have a lot of characters. Well, Chick Cooper, who is Betty's half brother, who we met at the end of the finale, he will be around. And there are a couple of new characters. I think they're new inventions, not even in the comic books. I think that's true. But yeah, some will always pop up. One thing that's nice is that, with Katie Keene being in the same universe, but sort of, in New York, we are dropping little hints about Katie Keene. Like, for instance, we're doing a Halloween episode, and Katie Keene is going to do the costumes for it. So we're doing little hints like that.
And can we expect anybody to come back, like you're saying, Katie Keene and Josie in New York? Will we see them still around?
Yeah, I don't think it's a surprise, but Ashley's coming back for the first episode, and if we do a graduation episode, I'd love for Ashley to graduate with her class and her friends. We're really open to it. And people always come back, even when they die, they come back. So I think we'll see some familiar faces. For instance, I love Chuck Clayton, Jordan Calloway, I think, who plays Chuck Clayton. I love that guy. I love that character. He was busy doing Black Lightning, but I think he's less busy doing Black Lightning, so hopefully we'll have him on our show. Last year we introduced a character when Archie was in juvie called Mad Dog, played by Eli, who's just wonderful, and he's going to be around a lot. And his real name is Monroe Moore, by the way. He'll be Mad Dog no more. That was his name when he was in juvie. We're going to see a lot more of Molly Ringwald, which is really wonderful. I think we'll have a lot of people visiting. Yeah.